Absolutely. Good morning, die-harders. Who's ready to live free or die hard? On the last episode of 2022. I know I said the last episode was going to be me doing movies I'd love to fix for fixing Rise of Skywalker. But, just like Eddie Guerrero, I lied! Shit. With me is once again Syxx and my good friend, who did not like the name A-Train for obvious boys-related reasons. So he's still Big Al. And he still has hair on his head despite me suggesting he could definitely do the Max Payne look. He's already got the shirts, so complete the outfit. We just need you diving on the side in slow motion and shit.
I'll dive on the side, I'll keep my hair.
Okay.
I'm wearing a wig. So, what are we talking about?
The fire, the ever-burning Earth is on Fire that is the DCU, which hasn't released a single movie yet, but it's already pissed plenty of people off.
Yep.
Yeah. The biggest mistake I think that James Gunn and Safran made with their DCU was having their first move be fire Henry Cavill. That was a mistake. Right off the bat, mistake. The first big move you make is, we're going to get rid of Henry Cavill. Even though he just came back. Even though he walked away from The Witcher to do this. Even though he was set up at the end of Black Adam that, at some point these two are going to fight. Not only are we shit-canning Henry Cavill's Superman, we're shit-canning Black Adam 2. We're shit-canning a potential Shazam versus Black Adam movie. So many things have been discontinued now because of this one move. And not only that, but all the DCEU movies that are still coming are now irrelevant. They don't matter. It's gonna be rebooted anyway.
No more
canon. It's not canon anymore. And so, and not only that, but even after everything's wrapped up and the DCU starts fresh, all those previously cast people, Jason Momoa's, your Ezra Millers, as controversial as they may be, they're all gonna go. Even the people we liked. So, with that being said, and since we've ranted and raved on the Superman theme off podcast plenty of times, I have to ask, y'all gonna see the new Superman? The James Gunn Superman?
I have no quarrel with who the new Superman will be. However, what I do have a problem with is very shoddy leadership. That being said, just because it's a James Gunn production and also possible directorship, I'll still watch it because as much of a big first move James Gunn did as head of the newly formed DC Studios, he has effectively ran his mouth in a very braggadocious manner of appearing like he has his ducks in a row and he knows what he's doing. Thus, I would like to see him put his money where his mouth is by producing a Superman that is worthy of being a successor to the Henry Cavill regime. So I will be watching it.
Over to you, B.A.
Well, I don't know if this has been mentioned, but I've been on a hiatus from superheroes, comics, maybe not movies per se, but that's what I'll say is this. James Gunn's sort of style as a director, as somebody who sees things through, does not match with the sort of vibe that a Superman movie would give. I don't think it's a good match. 1, 2, you fired Cavill. Okay. Fuck up on your part. But at least stop talking. At least stop bragging about the stuff you're going to do. At least show us something.
Exactly.
I have great things in the work. Where are they? They're not here. We can't see them. Mm-hmm. Your whole building's on fire. Mm-hmm. Firstly, sort of shit out. Secondly, I may actually watch that.
Yeah. Just to see what the great James Gunn has in store for us.
I am also gonna watch that movie because I like Superman films, and James Gunn does have pretty solid track record when it comes to superhero stuff. But I'm still gonna be mad about it. I'm not gonna hate watch this movie, but I'm still gonna be mad because I'm gonna be sitting there thinking, we lost Henry Cavill for this.
That could have
Whether
been
that
Henry.
can be, whether that could have, that could have been Henry. I'm just gonna think, whether it's positive or negative, I'm gonna walk out thinking, we lost out on Henry Cavill for this. It's either gonna be a case of, we lost out on Henry Cavill for this, and it was kind of worth it, or we lost out on Henry Cavill for this, and we shouldn't have.
Because it sucked.
Yeah. There's not going to be a middle ground with this film. It's either going to be really good or really bad. And yeah, I definitely think it. Plus, when he was describing it, like, it's going to feature a younger Superman, but it's not an origin story. So it's kind of a sequel, but at the same time, or it's not a sequel to anything because there was no origin story. It just feels like, this feels like a Superman 2.
Feels like a Spider-Man Far From Home.
Yeah, without Homecoming.
Or a Superman Year One type of situation.
The way I see it is, do you remember those snippets that we got in Superman Returns, where he's just gaining the grasp of his power, like throwing the ball and running after it? If it gives me more of that vibe, so that
The dude walking up the down escalator for the last 20 seconds. What the fuck? Keep going.
he was trying to prove something. He was trying to. Man did cardio for an entire year to scale that up.
Yeah. I think it was a moment of, did I get on the wrong lift? Oh shit, I gotta go back.
Why did it took so long?
It's too late, I'm already here.
Yeah. Anyway, Superman Returns, Thrones.
Yeah. So, if it gives off that vibe where he's not somebody who has donned the mantle, it's not Man of Steel where he's sort of had the maturity level to put on the suit. Maybe, where put this? Maybe in between Smallville and Man of Steel. With that little gap, that little area. 2021, around that age. That would interest me. Because Superman's always been, he gets the cape and then, there we go.
Yeah.
The start of all Superman stories. I'd like to see the lay in between.
You say we've never seen Superman, like, after putting on the suit or before taking on city-destroying monsters. You want to see him saving a small town instead of saving the world.
Maybe like the snapshots that we got in Man of Steel of him going to like different towns and working on rig and that stuff. Maybe a movie about that. Maybe he encounters a villain there. Maybe I don't know. Maybe he meets another Kryptonian.
Yeah.
There's another race of beings that are similar to Kryptonians that they're in the Supergirl series.
Yeah, the one that Manala's from.
Yeah, Monal.
Yeah.
I would like to see something along those lines because it is a character that maybe audiences can relate to because a lot of Superman like heroes and there's a lot of Superman villains are quite out there.
Yeah.
Like Brainiac is probably the line where it's like we sort of get you, but
Not really.
not really, and then it gets a bit whack after that. So Monal could be a good ground to walk on. Like I know, like maybe he hasn't internalized that. Maybe he hasn't discovered that he's Kryptonian. Here comes this person with information. Let's put it that way. That would be an interesting movie.
Could be like in Young Justice when Superboy went back to Camden and he found that other Superboy in there. Like he was like,
yes.
yeah. Remember that he was 100% Kryptonian DNA. He was savage. He and he tried to.
And you realize that Cadmus was trying to perfect the clone by adding human DNA, which is what he is. And,
With Superman, what you're pitching is that Mon-El could be that other Superboy, and Superman would be Connor Kent in this scenario.
Yeah.
Not like in that savage
Not
way.
I mean,
identical,
yeah.
but very similar.
Yeah.
Manal would have to be, I would assume, very poised and dignified in his own sense. Not so much as a unruly savage.
It could be like the difference between like Hyperion and Thor. The closest like Marvel thing you can think of, like
Yeah.
because Thor is a Viking,
Or like,
he,
I guess, for a lack of a better comparison, Professor Hulk and Scott.
that's it. So, thing is, all we know so far about this new DCU is there's a Superman movie coming, and that's it. That's all we know. There's a Superman
That's
movie.
all.
It's coming. It's not an origin story, but like just bear with us. There is a plan.
Wonder Woman,
Yeah.
Aquaman, dead in the water. No pun intended.
Blue Beetle. He was gonna be they were like Blue
I was
Beetle's gonna
about
be
to
central
ask
to
about
the.
that.
Yeah.
I was gonna ask about that. What happened? Just cut. It's gone.
Well, since it was started before the Gunn regime, it's still going to go forward. However, its future has been inevitably cut because it's part of the DC Snyderverse of superheroes.
Whatever movie it sets up or whatever events it's connected to, or just they're gone.
All I'm asking is that this isolated Batman universe that they've slowly kept in like the far corners of the galaxy, the outer rim, keep that thing.
Yeah.
It's good.
The continued
Just keeping the
existence,
multiverse lying in its own little bubble.
just the continued existence of the Matt Reeves Batman
Yeah.
proves that Gunn's whole one universe, one line of hero shit is bullshit. You can't say we have one line of heroes in one universe, but we have two Batmen. You can't say we'll have one Superman, but you're still doing Michael B. Jordan's Superman.
I think his rationale ultimately is that the DCE got so chaotic, it needed a definitive reset. Whereas the Reeves verse is so far stable, so far wildly successful, and will potentially continue to be successful. So that is an entity that you can leave alone for such a time and let it develop
It's its own.
in its own healthy capacity.
Yeah, it's its own self-sustaining universe.
Whereas the DCU was failing dismally, hits and misses, mostly misses,
I think I've addressed this.
and it needed something
The largest miss coming from him. Keep in mind, the Suicide Squad bombed.
Yeah,
I have to say, the whole approach that they've taken with the Batman and Joker, I feel like it's I don't know if I've stressed this point. It should be applied to all the heroes. I don't understand why you're trying to compete with Marvel, essentially, trying to mix up different universes. Have crossovers in a very limited capacity. Marvel got to a point where it wasn't oversaturated. It didn't. God forbid I bring this up, the CW did, where heroes were just jumping in and out of different. Oh, we need a plot hole? We'll just stick another character from a different show.
open a portal in episode 4 that concludes episode 16,
Yeah,
so on and so forth.
yeah. So,
It got so bad that on Legends of Tomorrow, the fucking Legends was sitting there and they got a message from Arrow and them. And the guy was like, another crossover? That's definitely it.
That is kind of emblematic of the real issue here.
Yeah.
When the writers of Legends of Tomorrow are so self-aware to the destruction that the CW is able to cause on their own, I guess, property. Because for the longest time, Legends of Tomorrow became the new exception of CW shows that were coherently good to some degree. Because Arrow had fallen, so had Flash. There was a time when DC Legends of Tomorrow carried the whole CW. But the more things began to blend and crossover, that then created problems for those shows.
Yeah.
Because that lowered the standard of those shows. Same goes with Black Lightning.
Yep.
So I feel like everything that the Arrowverse touches corrodes.
When it comes to the writing of like characters and so on, how, say the writer of Arrow, he writes Oliver Queen a certain way, and then Oliver Queen has to do a crossover with the Flash. Now that Flash writer is going to write Oliver Queen a different way.
Exactly.
To fit the tone of the Flash universe.
Yeah.
And that writing isn't going to jive so good when Arrow has to go back to his world. Because he was pretty dark and brooding and serious. He killed people season one. And in the Flash,
what
like,
Arrow became was a very, I wouldn't say strategic, but it was a subliminal replacement of Batman.
Yeah, Batman lights.
Since they don't have the TV rights to use Batman. So as a result, they kind of used the Green Arrow as a replacement linchpin of the Arrowverse to become the Batman and the mentor figure of that entire universe.
Yeah.
And because of that, also stating flat out, Bruce Wayne has been missing for years just to cover their tracks.
Yeah. And then Batwoman came along with the, Bruce is gone.
Yeah, Bruce is gone. He's nowhere to be found.
Yeah.
Where'd he go? No one knows.
And then Gotham Knights, their one season ass just went, Bruce is dead.
And the trailer has him dead, like a ditch of dirty water with his boxes. Very disrespectful.
Yeah.
Just distasteful.
Fucking Gotham Knights, dude. There was this scene, I sent it to the group of like Bruce Wayne dancing at the Iceberg Lounge in his boxer shorts. They explained it as like, oh yeah, this is one of Bruce Wayne's ways to dissuade people from thinking that he's Batman. Like this, you really, man?
That's the most asinine, low-effort bullshit I've ever heard in my life.
Yeah. Just, like, really? We had to do this? You couldn't have him, like, attend a press conference or some shit? Like,
as a serious businessman, as a CEO of Wayne Enterprises.
Yeah. We don't really see that side. You notice, we never really see this man, Bruce Wayne. He's always just this playboy, driving fast cars, meeting with women and shit, like, it's bizarre, man. Like,
It never worked out.
Yeah. The idea of living in a world without Batman.
The Fantastic Four.
Yeah.
They stopped writing Fantastic Four comics. They'd write Doom, they'd write all the characters, but they would never write Fantastic Four comics. But between the time of 2016 till about 2021, they'd only seriously got going after. There were a line of Fantastic Four comics, but they weren't as established as they are now. Now it's like this.
A lot of it was connective tissue, Civil War stuff.
Yeah.
Keep in mind, they also turned out Green Lantern. They also turned out Green Hornet. And,
I think Hornet is an unfortunate case because it never got the chance to prove itself. It wasn't a bad movie. Just badly marketed, and it overall wasn't shown in that many theaters to begin with. And it went straight DVD fairly quickly. With Green Lantern, I feel like a lot of that story kind of crippled itself with their over-reliance on CGI, their over-reliance in the star power of an actor, and an inconsistency in the tone that they want to convey. Because as much as it's a superhero movie, it also tries to be a romantic comedy.
yeah.
And it also tries to take itself seriously. How when your actor's wearing a digital mask? How when the villain is a smoke cloud? And one thing about DC is that they fail to learn from their mistakes. As much as they might have hits every so often, they don't learn from their mistakes. Because in a very similar fashion, Marvel made the mistake of having an incomprehensible villain in Galactus, another smoke cloud. A movie that had come out 11 months prior. not only do they not learn from the competitor, but they replicate their same mistakes.
And don't forget the Hulk. His dad was also a cloud for a bit.
2003.
Yeah.
So that also comes into play with limitations of the time of CGI, which is why on the Marvel side of things, Galactus was cloud because of, at the time, CGI limitations.
Yeah. There's no way we can render this 20-foot man
In such a short amount of time.
Yeah.
So that also comes into play with thinking, just because you have something and you can use it doesn't mean you should.
Yeah.
Ultimately, I feel like CGI has been better implemented these days, even though there are some examples where CGI really wasn't needed and a practical shot could have been established. However, I do feel like we are more smarter with the use of CGI these days.
Yeah.
Because back then, due to its brand new fashion, and with movies such as Avatar that have recently come out, which are flexing the capabilities of CGI, every studio took it upon themselves to use it to its fullest maximum capacity at that time, even though in doing so was the worst decision that you can make. And I think they paid the price for it, which is why a person like Nolan was able to demand an extremely practical movie. Very few of them.
Absolutely.
Cohesive identity that gets pulled for one character. I feel like the problem Zack Snyder had was that he was writing multiple characters that all serve very different in terms of their tone. So I feel like if Zack Snyder got a bunch of other people to write those characters, like, all right, you go do the Flash movie, you go do this movie, we'll meet here, like Marvel did, would have worked out a little better. We would not be having this conversation.
Yeah, you can tell in the fucking third act, right there in that third act, you can tell Zack Snyder really wanted to do a Batman movie.
Yeah.
That's where most of the effort went. That fight, that warehouse fight. Y'all know what I'm talking about. Right there is proof like he should do a Batman movie.
Let's just smash your brain.
Yeah. This right here is evidence like this guy knows what he's doing. But then when it comes to the other shit, like, oh, you also have to do Wonder Woman. You also have to do Lex and Doomsday. Then it's, yeah.
You remember that meme where it's like the guy who drew like a really nice horse for like
Yeah.
90%. But Zack
and then, yeah.
But what Zack Snyder's one is like the horse is shit in the beginning, and then right by the leg, just before the tail, it's perfectly drawn. There's an artistic masterpiece, and the tail's all fucked up at the end.
Yes.
That's what he did with these.
Yes. Thing is, with Zack Snyder's movies, they always pick up in an amazing way around the third act. Because that's when the movie has ramped up, like all the stakes are stated, it's time for the good guy and the bad guy to go up against each other. And that's where his movies always shine, regardless of anything. Another place is at the very beginning, you know, like the slow-mo music's playing over it, the montage of shit.
He's a very good expert at visual storytelling.
Yeah.
Visual, and I think also giving a quick summarization.
Yeah.
Especially with like Watchmen and BVS.
Yeah, that at the beginning, like showing like JFK's assassination, the war in Vietnam, like
The man knows how to summarize.
yeah.
That's one thing.
Anyone else would have just had a big old paragraph saying, "Oh yeah, the Watchmen they fought in Vietnam." Blah, blah, blah.
Like Star Wars.
Dude, the rolling tech.
In the last movie.
Thing is, that works for Star Wars because you know, okay, in the first movie it was setting the scene.
Yeah.
In the rest of the movies, it was in case you haven't been watching. It makes sense there. Everywhere else, no.
Yeah.
It does not make sense for you to begin your movie with a huge paragraph explaining what's about to happen. Just show me. Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I don't want to say in Gunn we trust, but for now, let him cook.
Yeah. Oh, we can't judge a meal that hasn't been prepared, you know, just,
But we
yeah.
can know the quality of the chef.
Yeah.
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 I mean, he's never cooked rancid food before, so
Yeah. He's never cooked rancid food before, so
it's just
yeah.
good.
So
I just
yeah. Speaking from one universe to another, what are your guys' thoughts on the Sonyverse? Or the Sony universe of Marvel characters?
being wasted. Yeah, being wasted. I feel like with them, there's definitely an element of we need to use these characters in order to keep the rights for longer. Otherwise, Marvel Studios will just use them and most probably use them better. A lot of these movies that are being churned out seem to me, save for Into the Spider-Verse and Across the Spider-Verse, seem to me like these legal obligation cash grabs that they have to keep releasing because if they don't, they will lose the rights in 1 year.
Like with the Craven movie, like Childish Gambino wants to be like Flash Funky or something. You remember that some random ass dude I've never heard of.
And he's directing as well, right?
Yeah. I don't remember hearing that. I remember like he's interested in doing that, like Childish Gambino, like
Everything right now. It's just it's not the Prowler. It's another villain.
yeah,
You
he's got
name
like this purple get up. Yeah, like
he is producing and directing.
yeah, like I don't know.
It'll be like a pseudo comedy movie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I feel like it'll because again his friend is Kid Cudi, and I'm sure you guys have seen or you watched snippets of Intergalactic.
Yeah.
Very nice, very good story. I feel like he might go some elements of
Like, what was it, Mark Webb? Mark Webb.
He directed music videos before Tasm.
Even
Yeah.
Gambino did the same. He directed a lot of his music videos. He played a big hand with. Like, This Is America. Played a big hand with.
To be fair, you can't knock a guy like, oh, he's a music video director. He doesn't know. A lot of filmmakers directed music videos before becoming filmmakers. Michael Bay, Zack Snyder, Tony Scott, and Tony Scott did adverts, man. Same thing with Ridley Scott, and he went on to do Aliens. So, yeah. There's definitely a precedent of like, okay, this guy makes good ads, or this guy does a certain style of music video, let's give him a movie.
It's sort of like a lot of female actresses were makeup artists or did salon work.
Yeah.
I don't know if you noticed this. Yeah, it's sort of like that avenue. Oh yeah, we'll do this, and then we'll become actors because we'll know people in the industry, and it's connected. It's a connected business, Hollywood.
Yeah. Although, like with Childish Gambino and his like Flash Funky or whatever the dude's name is, just it feels like they're grasping. This isn't bottom of the barrel. They are grasping under the fucking barrel. Like, just I've never heard of this dude. And same thing with Bad Bunny and El Muerto. Like, prior to them bringing him up, I'd never heard of this dude. We're all Spider-Man fans here, and we were like, oh, who's El Muerto, man? Like,
Oh, that one guy from the one comic that never came back. That guy. Tell me that one fucking guy.
that shouldn't be. Thing is, Spider-Man has an amazing rogues gallery, and we're pulling random dudes.
But I think a lot of it is tied between. I think Universal owns a few as well. Not all, but definitely like 3 or 4. Like, they own Namor.
Yeah, I remember
They
that.
own Namor, so Marvel Studios can't use Namor until the time that they either buy him back or the rights expire.
We have enough fucking Disney money,
You know?
to do that. Come on.
That's the thing.
So, come on. Might as
As
well.
much as there are a majority of the heroes within Sony, some are like shared custody with other studios. Because Marvel was just selling shit in the 90s. They were just selling. They were broke.
They were fire sale.
They needed collateral. They needed, you know.
Our fucking characters.
Yeah, like you want it for a penny, you get it for a nickel. Like they were really desperate. So I think they suffered a lot with that when it comes time, like when it came time to make movies, because the characters that they needed, that they planned for back there, were all gone.
Yeah. Like, you'll get Nick Fury at the beginning of Iron Man talking about like radioactive bug bites, assorted mutants.
You see?
Yeah.
So yeah, it's kind of like because that was topsy-turvy.
Yeah, in regards to that, it's just, hey man, at least the Marvel characters got to go around and be made by different studios. DC has been WB all the way, man, and that fucking sucks.
And they've been in a hole for like 50 years now,
Yeah.
since being bought in like 1970 something.
And it's not like, you know, with the Marvel characters, oh, this studio hasn't made a movie in X amount of time, we can buy the... No, they've been churning out movies ad nauseum, man.
Yeah.
There hasn't been a big enough gap for you to be like, okay, you're not using the rights. Give them here. Just, yeah.
I will always stress this point. The fact that Marvel walked in with a handicap and still kicked the shit out of DC is fucking amazing. They didn't have their best characters. They did not. They
Yeah.
used the fucking Avengers.
When you're working with scraps, you try by all means to make those scraps delicious.
Yeah. There was this review on YouTube. He was talking about like Michael Bay and the films he made. When Michael Bay has a fuck ton of money in the budget, movies, sure, they're visually, you know, stunning. They got like the sci-fi shit, and they're good to an extent, but they're not great. You know, your Revenge of the Fallen, Your Last Night, sure, okay, but not great. Then not bad enough that you can say this movie is bad. But when it comes to your smaller scale films like your Bad Boys, your Ambulance, then it's like, okay, I have less money to work with, I have less toys to play with, I need to do everything I can to make sure, I need to do what I can with what I've got, you know? Yeah, make do in that way. And those movies are critically more liked, though they don't make as much money, they are better received. Because Ambulance is a fucking good movie. Fucking Pain and Gain, The Rock is hilarious in that fucking film. And he's one of the bad guys. There was so many shit. Fucking Bad Boys made way more money than anybody thought it would. Granted, that was mostly down to the chemistry between Will Smith and Martin Lawrence, but still, for your first movie, that ain't bad. It's nothing to sneeze at. Shit.
Yeah, slippery slope.
Away from the Gunn verse and the, you know, the Sony verse of mishandled characters, just let us shift focus to the more positive aspect. We're getting a Deadpool 3, everybody, and Wolverine's gonna be in it. Please.
The X-Men alumni.
Hopefully, if Fox doesn't cheap. What am I saying? Fox. Disney doesn't cheap out. I'm sorry.
We
Force
have
of habits.
Anna Paquin.
Yeah, Rogue. Yeah.
We have potentially still on the phone, haven't picked up yet, James Marsden, Halle Berry. Obviously Stewart is on board, been on board since MOM. Hugh being the star boy. You know, the reason we're all showing up to the opening day.
I mean, 70% of the reason Deadpool is in there too.
Yeah, but mostly the crossing over from one universe to the mainline 616 movie universe.
That raises a question with me. So Hugh is back in this movie. Does that mean he's gonna be 616's Wolverine, or is Feige and them gonna pull their own guy?
See, I thought that was the case until Hugh clarified that Deadpool 3 takes place before Logan,
Well,
which tells me that Logan still happens at some point in the timeline
yeah.
with this Wolverine, who potentially would have migrated or had a brief stint in another universe for a couple of years. Because the way Hugh explains it seems to me like he's still counting Logan as something that happened in that specific Wolverine's lifetime.
Yeah.
So maybe he's wrong, maybe he hasn't really get the full, you know, universal semantics of it all. But I do hope that Logan Wolverine is not the Wolverine who will cross over briefly into the MCU. I do hope.
Yeah. On your side of the fence, man.
I'm waiting and seeing.
Yeah.
I do think like tonally Deadpool and Wolverine don't gel that well.
Very like it wouldn't be rated 18, but more it'd be like 16 at most.
They did say it'll be their first 18 movie. So.
Oh, they did? Okay.
Yeah, Feige did. They said like we're not gonna mess with it. It's gonna be the
I
MCU's
think
first.
doing that would also require Wolverine himself to also be R18, since majority of the movie is mostly like a buddy-ish grouped movie with those two at the center.
Yeah.
And of course, intertwining with other Marvel characters.
We kind of got that.
Mobius's
Yeah.
and the TVA.
We kind of got a version of what we're gonna get in Deadpool 3 and Deadpool 2 with Deadpool and Cable, but that was at the end. So like, and that was pretty funny. Like that cab scene where they're just like sitting there like swapping disses at each other, but like you know, fucking hero, just a clown. Like they put that in the trailer, dude. It got me, man. Like shit, dude. He don't give no fucks, man.
I would like to see that sort of chemistry between those characters. Another team I would like Deadpool to be in is the Team Red. Spider-Man, Daredevil, and Deadpool.
For that or Task Force?
I'd take Team Red over Task Force. Task Force doesn't interest me.
We kind of already had X-Force.
It was a bit of a joke, but for a little haha gag.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If they were to take it seriously, we also have the Dora Milaje with their new comic accurate outfits.
The Midnight Angels. Yeah. Right. Yeah, we could definitely.
And of course, what other Wakandan national does interact with the X-Men?
Yep. You know it. He knows it. We all know it. And we're gonna love it when it happens. Shit.
Now, whether or not so whether or not they variant him or they age up to Saint.
Please, if they do variant him, Michael B. Jordan, because I want to fuck him.
Come on.
I want to
That would
fuck
be
him.
on the nose.
No, it is on the nose.
I mean,
which is why
I wouldn't mind.
which is why it should happen.
Yeah.
Would we see his face?
I'd want.
He wears the helmet most of the time.
That's the thing,
so-
because in the comics
Speaking
he's
of
just
which,
purely-
right? Have you guys seen that game that's coming out where it's what was it? It's Captain America.
Like Midnight Suns.
Yeah, the game that's coming out with the Panther from the what was it?
First one.
Oh yeah, the Captain America game.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That.
Yeah.
I want to see. It's walking along those lines. Let's put it that way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, whether or not, because again, in the comics, as he took off his mask a lot.
Yeah.
He speaks purely. It's a very Deadpool situation where he's speaking from the mask at all times.
Yeah.
Hardly able to compensate. I don't know.
With in regards to speaking from the mask, I remember when, because it was after Deadpool, I saw the trailer for Civil War, and at the very end, like Spider-Man swings in and he's like, "Hey everyone," and his eyes go like this. I was like, "Ah, man, they ripping on Deadpool with the eye shit, man, get the fuck out of here. This ain't gonna work."
Yeah,
Dude, I know he does that in the comics.
ingenuity.
I know he does that in the cartoon.
Yeah.
But fuck, dude, in live action, he's
But
gonna do
also
the
way they
thing.
do
Nah,
it's
nah.
very smart because it's clearly nanotech.
Yeah.
I see
And
that.
machinery. It's not with Deadpool. It's very much him breaking physics by having his mask just move with his flesh and facial muscles. Because no mask does that, especially a mask that's that thick, made of that sort of material.
Yeah.
A mask would just look completely static on your face if you're speaking or making any facial expression.
Material that is
Just-
a material that is not bulletproof. By the way, just
Exactly.
you get shot. I mean, it doesn't need to be
It doesn't
because
need
you
to
know,
be. It just
but
needs to
like
be cool.
yeah,
and
it just has to
tactile.
look cool. Yeah. With the man, the very existence of Deadpool almost didn't come to pass. Remember that shit? Like execs were like, nah, don't nobody want to see a Deadpool movie. And then the footage leaked, and it's like, oh, there's money to be made here. We need to We need to step on this while we still
How to
can.
make executives throw money at them.
Dude, like James Cameron did that shit back with. Did I tell you the Alien story?
No.
Why the first movie is called Alien, but the second one is called Aliens is because in his pitch meeting, when like Fox wanted to ask James Cameron, okay, let's hear your pitch for the sequel to, like Ridley Scott's Alien. He walked up to this whiteboard, he wrote the word alien on the board, and then he put a $ right next to it, and that's it. Aliens. And they liked that shit. They were like, all right, like, go ahead. Like, that is a boss move if I've ever heard one. Just,
What big difference a small change has?
dude.
It speaks to sometimes the most creative things
Yeah.
have the least creative inspiration.
Oh, shit. But yeah. Anyway, this, speaking of James Cameron, y'all seen The Way of Water?
Not yet, but I did hear that it recently crossed $1 billion, so congrats to it.
1.2 billion.
So
Yeah.
whether it will reach 2 is still to be seen. However, if it can maintain its track in the same pace as Infinity War, because it's the same pace Infinity War had,
Yeah. Should be good by March.
not even March, I'd say late Jan.
Yeah.
It should be good by late Jan. I mean, it should be good for James because he needs 2 to break even. Then after 2, it would make profit.
Yeah.
So, hey, let's hope for 2.5. Fulfill his Christmas dreams. His New Year's wish.
He needs at least 2 to break even.
Which is just crazy. It's a crazy amount to break even. It's just ridiculous.
Dude,
Black Adam
like,
needed 600 to break even. They got 345.
yeah.
Black Panther needed
I mean, domestically, yeah.
internationally.
Really?
Yeah, 345.
Ow.
It's tough.
Oh, yeah.
He compared it because again in his very arrogant fueled tweets.
I remember he was like Captain America.
370.
Yeah.
Okay, it's more than you. So simmer down there,
Yeah.
Mr. Franchise Killer. So
The hierarchy of power is about to change. Remember that?
in a way he did not realize, and it did in a way he didn't realize.
Yeah.
Black Panther needed about 400 to break even. They're like on 8 something, maybe 900.
Yeah.
It's disappointing considering that the first Black Panther movie got 1.3 billion
Yeah.
in a very quick succession. I don't know. I can't really explain why the movie isn't doing as good. I really can't.
Personally, I put it down to the timing of it all. All these three movies that need to make serious bank all coming in the same month. Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe it would have benefited from a late release next year. Just where it's sitting. Because again, all they would need to compete with is Ant-Man, which is like February.
Yeah. In January is kind of a free month.
It's a free month,
That's where studios dump movies. Like,
Exactly.
we don't know how to market this. We don't have faith, so we're just
Exactly.
gonna put it in January.
And most people in January don't have much money, so they don't see those movies.
Yeah.
So I don't know.
That's a movie you're obligated
Maybe
to
like
release.
a Valentine's
Yeah.
Day release would have been beneficial because Valentine's Day is a very good day, very good weekend, in fact, to release movies.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's quite sad given that it's a very good movie. It's a very good movie.
You enjoyed Black Adam.
Its box office drawings
Yeah.
they're not on the level that Marvel is proud of, I should
Yeah.
say. Maybe for an entity such as Guardians, sure, that's good bang for them. But I feel like given that they had made double what they currently have at this point, even though it's been nearly 3 months, it's not looking good for Unfair. I mean,
Yeah.
it has drawn profit, it has performed successfully in its own right, but it's definitely less than half of the first movie, which is unfortunate.
Yeah. Thoughts on the changed hierarchy of power caused by Black Adam and The Rock's financial box office, I don't want to say failure, but
I feel like The Rock put his own confidence into it, not understanding how well the movie will actually do. by chance actually watched Black Adam.
I recall.
Yeah, and ending was shit. Straight up. I did not like the ending. It had, oh yeah, there's zombies coming out of the ground. They're attacking people and we have to protect our town. And it looked like such a set. That was such a set moment. For fuck's sake.
Yeah.
I think the way I put it was that that movie achieved everything it wanted to.
And nothing more.
Yeah.
That was the problem.
That movie was The Rock sucking his own cock. For lack of a
He been wanting to make
Rock
this.
sucking his rock.
He's been wanting to make this movie for like what, 15 years now.
Yeah.
Yeah. If this, that's what sucks. Because if this movie, as it is, came out 15 years ago, we'd be doing a totally different tune right now.
It would have hit the same success as The Dark Knight.
But
Yeah.
Circa $1 billion, circa
But
everything.
here's the thing, right? It's within today's climate.
That's the thing.
We've achieved X amount in the sort of development of the superhero genre.
It's saturation.
It's like you could put a player now, 5-6 years ago, he would destroy everybody else in his field with the amount of knowledge that he's had because it's been processed throughout so many hands. What's achievable with like a top tier crown, that's what makes The Dark Knight, the trilogy, so fucking impressive. That it was released so long ago and it still held that pristine quality that Christopher Nolan has been known for. And it hasn't aged. It's barely aged. Yeah.
There's barely any CG to age it.
Exactly.
And the little there is for practical reasons,
Yeah.
man. Like, yeah.
Something you just can't do.
Yeah. You just can't put that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway.
And you can't actually be driving that big ass tumbler on actual rooftops. It would cave in.
That way,
Yeah.
that big.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Shit. But in regards to The Dark Knight and the Joker, I've said this on the group. I like Barry Keoghan, however the fuck his last name is pronounced.
Yeah.
But Kristen Stewart, in my eyes, would have made an interesting Joker.
That's a very interesting take. I would like to know your full analysis on that.
My full analysis on why.
Yeah.
Because you know I've got one.
Not just because there's a sexy element. We're not sexy.
Not just that,
It's
no.
a very interesting choice. Not just for a woman, but specific action of it.
That woman.
Yeah.
That's the line. You want to know why, not just why a woman, but why that specific woman.
Yeah.
Because, dude, from a standpoint of, we've seen the Joker in many different ways. We've seen him with his face cut up in Jeremiah Velasquez. We've seen him, Ledger, when he's all suited up as Nicholson. We've seen Thug Joker with Jared Leto. We have never seen, to this day, a female Joker. And it's not just that, but this could have been something that the movie did that was totally original, didn't exist in any comic book, no video game, no previous movie. It was a totally original idea that Matt Reeves could solely take credit for.
Now tell me this. Would you want it to fully be a female version of the Joker or a relative / descendant of the Joker? Daughter, niece,
No,
grandchild, whatever.
They tried that.
You want it to be the literal Joker.
Yes, I want the Joker in the... I would have
As a
preferred the
woman.
Joker, as a woman.
Fic is going to go fucking wild.
Mommy fanfic especially.
Point of order, Flashpoint. Martha, in that universe, goes crazy and becomes Joker. But this isn't that.
Yeah, she's just the literal Joker. And okay, she's Bruce Wayne.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just the Joker.
So if the Joker's name is, what's the name usually in comics? It's like
I like Jack something.
Jack Napier, Jack
Yeah.
something. It would be like Jacqueline or something. Okay.
So that way, I would keep everything the same in that movie.
Same origin.
Yeah, except the scene where like the screen slides up, and instead on the other side of the panel, instead of Barry Keoghan, have Kristen Stewart. That conversation changes now.
That would be an interesting dynamic, I feel, particularly because you now have to balance the fact that it's a man versus a woman.
Yeah.
And you have to balance how much violence he inflicts on her versus how much he should inflict.
Because Batman, he can go all out. He can smash a guy's face in, as shown in
now it's-
that stadium
Exactly.
scene.
Now
Yeah,
it's a crazy woman.
yeah, but now it's a crazy woman, and she is going all in
Yeah.
on kicking his ass.
And she's quite formidable as well.
yeah,
Hand-to-hand combat, extremely strategic,
yeah,
good tactician. All these things that the Joker has as a male,
yeah,
she also has as a woman.
yeah. Just
So it balances that.
Yeah.
It's kind of like Lady Shiva versus Batman, but
Yeah.
crazier.
on to the BA side of things. That fair new name from now on, just BA, like the dude from that A-Team show. Moving on. Yes.
I don't know. It doesn't matter
Alright.
to me. Like, if we have a female Joker, cool. I'd see how we want to stack up. What I just don't want is that I don't think in the realm of cinema we've explored everything about the Joker. Because if that were the case, the Joker movie would have been fucking boring.
Yeah.
That movie would have been a snoozer. I do think there are aspects of the Joker that we still have to touch. The one storyline I do want to go about is the White Knight storyline, in which Joker takes meds, becomes sane, and becomes a politician, eventually becomes running for the mayor of Gotham City. It's a redundancy.
Yeah.
You see what I mean?
Okay, I see that.
I do think that aspect of the Joker's character, and it's a fucking good story. The art is amazing. I encourage anybody listening, you guys as well, go read that lineup, or even check it up on.
Yeah.
I do think, because the Joker is a storied character, I do want death in the family. I still think that's possible. But also, along the lines of the Kirsten Stewart one, I do want to see Martha Wayne as the Joker.
Flashpoint.
Flashpoint.
As an
Yeah.
Elseworld story.
As an Elseworld story, it would make sense.
That can work.
It bothers me that we never got to see that, especially the one that Zack Snyder seemed to be framing. We never got to see fucking Negan from Walking Dead as Flashpoint Batman. You
Yeah,
know?
because we are familiar with Harvey Bardem and whatnot.
Yeah.
But who was the Snyder Martha?
Martha. She was there. Laura
Played by-
Cohen. She was also on The Walking Dead. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. She would have been an interesting choice as the demented Martha. You like
You know what I'm tired of?
what?
Personally, I'm tired of the evil Superman trope / injustice, Gods Among Us.
It's not even 10 years old.
And it's already tired.
But the thing is, we've seen so many different variations of it. We've seen The Boys.
Yeah.
We've seen the Injustice movie that they tried to do. The way they did the Mortal Kombat one, Square Knuckles.
We've seen Brightburn, James Gunn's take on an evil Superman.
We've seen evil Superman, Tyler Hoechlin, CW, black suit. We've seen Mind Control Superman, CW, Brandon Routh.
Yeah.
We've seen it all. We've seen anti-life equation affected Clark Kent.
We got a glimpse of
Cavill.
it.
A glimpse of it, but I don't think that's
But
interesting.
I don't want to see it anymore because we've been oversaturated with evil Superman content for the past. We've seen Homelander, for God's sake.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's not going to get better
You
than
know,
that.
Homelander is sort of the pinnacle of the way you can take the character, and he's a nerfed version of Superman, realistically.
We can't even forget Omniman.
Yeah.
Omniman Invincible. Like, we've seen it to such a degree, it's kind of gotten.
It's its own genre at this point.
It's literally.
Yeah.
Evil Superman is its own genre.
Yeah. So what? Reset back to square roots. Hopeful, truth, justice, American way, Superman.
We need the child who became a hero, not the god who walks among us.
Yeah.
The
We saw-
earthling who became a hero.
We saw glimpses of that in Man of Steel, that whole snapshot. Oh, he picked a bus up and all this.
Yeah, you saved the spaceship.
Yeah.
Even with that, like, yes, I agree that movie is a good movie,
Finally.
but
Shit.
the elements of it that really painted Clark as just a bona fide alien, the puberty-induced X-ray vision, the hypersensitive hearing, all of these weird little trinkets that have never been part of true canon, to me,
seek to alienate this boy who otherwise should have had a glorious childhood surrounded by loving parents and felt the love that included him as one of us, Earthlings. I don't want a Superman who has to struggle in his youth trying to understand what he is. I want him to fully understand that he's an Earthling, but also understand his true heritage, which is from Krypton. Because the minute you seek to alienate him so early in his life, you create a young adult who is aware of both sides of the spectrum and is a bit sick of humanity. Circa Man of Steel, first, I would assume, first part of the story clock.
Yeah.
Him going on a voyage for like 5 years in the ocean and being I guess what was he? He worked in an oil tanker, an oil
he
rig.
saved those people, yeah.
Crunching up a guy's truck just because he annoyed him in a bar. Like, I don't want to see that. I don't want to see any of that. I want to see healthy, well-groomed young man who is just fully a man engrossed in the human condition. I don't want a man who sees both sides and is pessimistic on the reality of man.
Okay, it's not entirely pessimistic though, man.
While you were ranting, I just thought of somebody who sort of does it well. Invincible. Yes. Invincible actually does that part well.
That's what it is.
It doesn't feel like
You grow up
with humanity within you. You don't get a sense of the superiority that you might have. You fully grow up as your own informed being of this world.
Yeah.
And only then do you get thrust upon a new world of, this is my heritage, this is who I am, where I'm from. You know who also did quite well? Dragon Ball. Yeah. Dragon Ball did fucking well. Very good. Because Goku was seen as a kid, despite having these very unusual powers. Exactly. The whole Saiyan thing was never explained. Which was
into adulthood.
He just came into adulthood. Yeah. So he grew up, normal fucking human beings, turned into a monkey sometimes.
Don't forget to tell, it's a little quirk. It's fine.
Yeah.
We love.
Yeah.
And then now that he's an adult, this information is given to him.
Yeah.
I'm not human. So how do I take this? Then you have the marriage and the best of both worlds. Yeah.
I don't want to see a pre-Superman Clark fucking causing property damage just because he got pissed off at the club. I don't want to see that. I want to see a very well-tuned young man with his head screwed on right.
Yeah. There was this one scene that a lot of people had problem. It's not one scene, but there was a bunch of things people had problem with. But the earliest scene was when Superman pulls himself out of the ocean. He's got no clothes. He walks up to this house and he steals clothes out of this dude's trunk and he runs off. They were like, there were so many people that were like, man, Clark wouldn't be stealing nobody's clothes.
He would.
He would knock, ma'am, do you have
He would explain the situation.
Yeah.
I got into an accident.
Can I
throw some clothes? I'll even pay for them in the series.
Yeah.
This is not what it is to me. It feels like Terminator arrived from the future. He's just doing whatever he wants, and then down the line he finds humanity. He starts smiling. He's happy. I don't need that.
Yeah, I can see the notion of us not needing a dark, brooding Superman or an evil Superman anymore. It's time we go back to the hopeful, basically the symbol of hope.
Yeah.
Quite
literally, Christopher Reeves Superman.
Yeah,
very much in that.
We almost got that in the Man of Steel sequel, which was apparently at one point going to be called Man of Tomorrow. I can see why, just because his phrase used to be truth, justice, the American way, but then it changed to truth, justice, and a better tomorrow. That right there, just that changing of that last bit.
Yeah. There is a point from I think Kill Bill Volume 3 that I really found problematic with Uma Thurman's husband in that franchise.
Yeah.
that he got fundamentally wrong, and I think it's a critique.
Oh
on
yeah,
Tarantino's
when it's like
where he
Clark
says
is the
that
costume.
Clark is the
yeah.
costume, not Superman. That is fundamentally wrong.
That's Batman's.
That's Batman's whole ethos around it. The disguise is Superman.
Yeah.
Because that's not who he was raised as. He was raised as Clark Kent, a boy from Smallville, a farm boy, a polite young man who greets his elders and saves the cat from the tree. That's the disguise. The disguise is Superman. That's who he became. It wasn't who he was born as. He became that person.
Yeah.
Batman was fundamentally changed the moment his parents died.
Yeah.
His whole personality, his persona became Batman. It became a brooding, mentally ill. People don't forget that. Batman is mentally ill. He himself admits this many times in his various iterations. He's mentally ill, he knows this, but he still tries to do better regardless. Bruce Wayne is this mask that he puts on to the rest of the world.
Yeah.
So, we need that. We need the mask being Superman. We need my real name is Clark Kent. Not I'm Superman. That's what we need. That's fundamentally what I want to see going forward. I'm tired of this I'm Kal-El. No, you're not. You're Clark Kent. You're not Kal-El. Goku isn't Kakarot. He's son Goku.
Yeah.
Grandson of Gohan. He's not Kakarot at all. Never was, never will be.
Right.
So, I'm just tired of this whole god-like being. Superman's not a god. He is a savior. However, he's an ordinary person with extraordinary abilities. But he's an Earthling first, Kryptonian second. That's what I want to say.
Yeah. Yeah. I could definitely.
Like, imagine if Patterson's Batman, Matt Reeves' Batman, now he's dealing in a world with Gotham being flooded. Now he's dealing in a world with Gotham is flooded or recovering from the flood. New criminal elements have been popping up. So the Penguin is gaining power. There's a new villain or sort of criminal element that stepped into the city.
My money's on freeze, but go on.
And then
Big sequel having Harley clearly means that the Joker somehow escaped.
Yeah.
Which wouldn't be too hard for him to do.
Yeah. Seeing as the movie has set him up as some kind of Hannibal Lecter-like mastermind that Batman turns to. I hate that, by the way. It makes Batman look dumb.
It doesn't make Batman look dumb. I don't think it makes Batman look dumb. I think it makes the Joker look smart. Because his intelligence has been sort of downplayed in a lot of regards. Yeah. Because he's a fucking genius of a character. He's very smart.
Yeah.
Like, to be able to take on Batman in your own chaotic, idiosyncratic way.
Yeah.
To be able to keep up with Batman is a fucking accomplishment.
And people think he's just a crazy
He's just
lunatic. He's not. He's a very intelligent, accomplished man.
Yeah. In some variations, he very much is an agent of chaos who just wants to cause damage and whatnot. And in other variations, you know the three Joker story.
Yeah.
Each of those Jokers was the three different Jokers we've seen on screen. You do have the guy who's the tactician and the master planner, the guy who just wants to cause chaos, and then there's the guy with all the gags and the trick weaponry and shit.
Joker is every bit.
And Heath Ledger's Joker was a perfect mix of all three of those characters.
Quite. 2 out of 3, sure.
Which one is missing?
He was not a trickster.
Oh, he was. The pencil?
Was
No, dude, that was
very shock and awe.
Yeah.
That part was the trickster.
But slightly ineffectual.
Yeah. He didn't have the little plant that shoots acid, or he didn't have he didn't literally have shit up his sleeve.
I think also it's the constraints of the universe since it tries to be grounded.
Yeah, that's the part I was getting to. It's the way Christopher Nolan set up that universe. It wouldn't really facilitate him to be that kind of character.
Yeah, it wouldn't be it wouldn't be in line with the tone of the world.
Yeah. Also, that gas he used at the beginning, that was just tear gas. Like, it was. I mean, when I saw the movie the first time, because I was coming off like Batman Begins, and I remembered the card. I'm like, oh shit, it's the Joker. And I'm reading the comics, I know this guy's got this laughing gas. When he hits you with it, you laugh until you die. And then I saw like the little can going, shh. I'm like, oh shit, and the camera cuts away before we see that.
Yeah.
The whole because we didn't see what happened, I'm thinking it's gotta be the laughing gas. That's gotta be it.
Yeah.
But it's just tear gas.
Because you gotta ask yourself, in that world, how would you manufacture it? You would need an expert level of pharmaceuticals, labs, R&D.
That fit Christopher Nolan's universe.
It does.
The laughing gas.
That's the problem.
There's certain elements of the character that are obviously not going to translate super well.
Like there is laughing gas in our world, but not laughing gas that causes these, adverse effects.
I mean, there's the fear toxin there. It's not that much of a stretch. Scarecrow's fear toxin is there.
I think with the fear toxin, it has psychedelics.
Yeah.
So that's a very different thing that's very possible in our world. Psychedelics, ayahuascas, DMTs, those things are very much possible with the right level of chemistry to be replicated in our real world.
Yeah.
But the laughing gas that causes permanent smiles and
that's
it's a bit out there.
It's a bit out there, and it doesn't fit that tone that the movie wants you to bring.
What it hopes to accomplish.
Yeah.
The world where Scarecrow is some lowly drug dealer selling fear toxin to junkies. Just ish.
I would say more of a disgraced psychologist / pharmacist.
It was bad, dude. Like, the Russian guy was bringing him and was like, what the fuck? Like, look what you did to my customers, man. Like, I said,
you pay what you pay for.
He's like, I said my drug would take you places. I didn't say there'd be places you wanted to go.
I definitely feel like in this world we could have someone like that, a very just deranged pharmacist, scientist, Walter White type of character. Walter White could probably be something like that if he really put his mind to it.
Yeah, he's masquerading LSD as this new, like an LSD that he made as this new street drug that'll give you a high.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Fuck you up for life. Yeah.
Although it has different effects depending on who it hits.
Exactly.
Yeah, obviously like the Falcone, he was with Scarecrow, he freaked the fuck out. When Batman got hit with it, he freaked out, but in a different way. Thing is, everybody reacted differently because everyone's scared of different things. Yeah. With Rachel, we never really saw what she got. She got a full face of that shit, but we never saw what she was afraid of. We just knew like she got it. Yeah. But I liked Scarecrow's fear vision, like Batman, his face all like
He's just a real monster.
Dude.
Because his world exists to prove that there's no such thing as real monsters. Everything is fake. Everything has smoke and mirrors. But his real fear is that monsters are real.
Yeah.
And then Batman is a real monster. He's not human.
That was fucking
Goes against all of his beliefs as a psychologist, as a realist.
The part that fucked me, they were showing the perspective of the people in the Narrows, and they were looking up at his
And they're all druggies, so they're all going to fear the Batman as it is.
dude, and his eyes were all red and shit.
Like to them, he's a real monster. He's someone to be feared.
Dude, man.
Which kind of, it lends credence to the whole get-up. Makes sense. Yeah, it's goofy, but to these guys, that's a real guy to be feared.
Thing is, a part of me wanted him to use that as a part of his arsenal. Just have like little bitty canisters with a tiny bit of fear toxin. Not a lethal dose, but like before you go into a room, chuck that shit in there.
I think even if it's not lethal, the issue would then come into the long-term psychological effects. Because you won't die, but you might get fucked up from it.
Yeah.
Because you might not have been a villain who needed Arkham, but now you will need Arkham. So that much to blame.
Yeah. Plus, it does play into like the whole vibe of going on. It's like he's like, that's frightened me, and I want my enemies to share my dread.
Yeah.
This could be that pushed
I feel
up
like
to
that would
11.
be more in line with the Batman he loves.
Yeah.
He really wants to instill fear, but also he's just not about that superhero life. He just wants to kill and
That's
take
right.
over.
The Batman who laughs is if you took Batman's skill and the Joker's ethics, which he has very few of, and mashed them together. He fucked up the Justice League in his universe. He fucked all of them up. You know the contingency plan that Batman has? It's like, oh yeah, I know how to kill every single member. Yeah, he enacted on that. He fucked all of them. He had no problem with doing
Someone always does that. If it's not Vandal Savage or Owlman, someone is always using Batman's contingency plan against him.
Which makes you wonder, how secure is it if anyone can just, take it?
Dude, you're Batman, man. You need a better security system, goddammit.
What I did like, going back, we were discussing like the different shades that you have of characters, like the Joker and stuff like that. Is that in this Reeves Batman, he's doing a lot of the shit himself.
Yeah.
It's not like, oh, he's just making the suit. There's no Lucius Fox established.
Yep.
He fucking put that car together himself.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think that level of like intelligence and ingenuity of what he had was displayed in the Dark Knight to such an extent.
Yeah.
Like it was more, how do I put this? It was more the finesse of Bruce Wayne to get into certain places and then Batman executing on that.
That felt very much like he was supplied everything he needed,
And
as
he just
opposed
put
to
his own
him
spin on
building
it.
his own,
Yeah.
his own network from the ground up.
Yeah.
Like, and while I will admit that maybe Alfred in the Reeves-verse played a hand in part of Batman's development, it's still not enough to fully say or to fully split the credits both ways, because Alfred can only do so much.
Yeah.
A lot of it is Bruce, especially the contact, the very, nifty contact surveillance thing. That's definitely him. I don't see it as like a Wayne Enterprise R&D, But one thing though I want to ask you guys is, how do you feel? I remember this was highly debated until Reeves himself confirmed it to be not the case. How do you feel that in a moment where he should have used something that would set up the future?
You know it's going. Yeah.
People thought it would have been, Venom, but it ended up just being regular old adrenaline when he was, getting overwhelmed, and then
It should have been Venom.
Shot. I mean,
I feel it's true that.
I understand why he didn't want to do Venom, because he didn't want to make a promise that he can't fulfill.
Yeah.
Like the Joker, it's coming. It's there. There was already a scene shot for the guy. So he has full intentions of taking it. Now if he does Venom, people are going to be like, oh, where's Bane? Where's Bane? Where's Bane? Where's Bane? And then
ask for comic accuracy, and it's a whole thing.
It's a whole thing.
Like he's not even planning to do as yet.
And like in the comics, it's not Bane, it's not Bruce who makes the fucking drug. It's manufactured in the fucking jungle by somebody else. So it makes sense. What I would like is that Bane becomes a criminal element, maybe not in this next movie that we have, maybe in the following movie after.
Of high intelligence as well, because that hasn't been showcased.
Yeah, because he's seen, or the Penguin's taking him on, or this villain's taking him on, or the Joker's taking him on, and it's like, I can fuck this guy up.
Yeah.
I know exactly what to do. I've studied him, I know exactly what to do. I mean, in one strike.
Would you want to do the brag-making element so quickly into Batman's career?
It happened in the third one.
Yeah, I mean, he was probably like 8 years deep at that point.
He was 8 years deep.
But this would be like year 3 at maximum.
Actually, it was like 10 years because Batman Begins was like 2003.
Oh,
right?
there's a time skip,
Yeah.
Given here that it's kind of...
It's year 2, basically.
He's pre-Robin. Like, he's so early. Would you want his back broken so early into his career? Or would you want it to be like a rematch and then his back gets broken?
Thing is, if there's a rematch, it's how did you get away the first time?
I would say that in the first movie, he doesn't have it. He finds it, maybe gets his hands on it, or maybe he takes adrenaline and modifies it to show his own intelligence, potentially. But to make it such a point that his chapter isn't closed, it's not just a one and done movie, it's done. We're gonna see him in the future, he will still exist.
You know what
Like Riddler.
You know what would be cool though, is at the end of like the second or third movie, like he meets Bane, they fight a little bit, it's like, you know what, we're coming back to this.
Yeah.
And then he meets Bane later, and Bane has the full
and then
and he breaks his back at the end of the movie.
Because I don't think at this point...
You want to end the movie with a broken Batman?
It sets up so much, because now you're setting up a movie where Batman is not in.
Yeah.
He's not able.
Because right now...
And he's recovering
he's
throughout
at his
the movie.
physical peak in terms of, I would say, strength for a young adult.
Yeah.
I don't see a way that another human
with lesser training, maybe somewhat stronger, can break his back fully. I agree that it would have to be a very souped up version of Bane
Yeah.
that would have to successfully break his back enough to cause problems down the line. But also, it would have to be deep into his career. It can't be this early. Because even with this mayor's kid who was murdered, they haven't even set him up as Robin yet.
Yeah.
They're not saying he will, but
Yeah.
all the pieces kind of fit in, kind of a good place.
Thing is, do we need a Robin?
It depends.
It depends. I don't think this universe would be. I don't think the universe that's been set up would facilitate there being a Robin.
Yeah. Because where in this universe are you going to get the Flying Graysons or Tim Drake?
I mean, I can see.
I can see Jason Todd. Honestly, like some kid on the street trying to steal the
I
tires
can see
of
that.
the
It's
Batmobile.
Gotham, obviously,
Yeah.
at that point, is that it's like, economic worst. Times are tough. Kids would be on the street scrounging. Grayson would be, I don't want to say totally off,
Yeah.
but I just don't see how you can integrate a gymnastics show in the Batman universe and then suddenly Bruce adopting this kid just because it reminds me of him when the last kid reminded him of him as well, but he didn't adopt him as
Plus,
well.
we already did that.
That's what I'm
Batman Forever. So,
Yeah, like,
and that Robin was coined for the longest time as fucking bat poison to the franchise.
yeah, and he was like 28 as well, so
Yeah.
he just was not,
yeah, this
Maybe 3 movies, 4 movies in. Maybe
nah, like Reeves has said, he doesn't want to
Yeah.
go that far, dude. Like,
Plus, like
Yeah.
in a realistic sense, a 12-year-old child cannot inflict damage on an adult man
yeah,
unless you're a 12-year-old Mike Tyson. I would urge you to Google pictures of him at that age. But
or Schwarzenegger's kid. Maybe,
yeah.
maybe.
But he's like our age, so. He's
I mean,
kind of-
now, yeah, but like, no.
I just don't see how it would be practical. I just
Yeah.
don't see it.
He would have to be
Extremely skilled.
Yeah, just Jason Todd would fit this world,
Yeah.
as you've stated.
He's salt of the earth. He's
Yeah,
rough.
but he's the second Robin, so yeah, he comes in at a stage where there's already been a Robin, and Batman has expectations of him.
Yeah.
So to have him be the first
And he
Robin,
can train him.
yeah,
it doesn't have to be that way. Bruce can have expectations of somebody regardless of whether there's been a previous Robin.
but the question is this Bruce though. He's,
Okay.
yeah,
So this Bruce is raised in a particular manner,
Yeah.
has gone through particular things. And you see somebody else who's gone through expedition, he would have a certain expectation of him, gone through similar things as himself. So it's not that there was a previous Robin, it's that Bruce Wayne does have expectations and he worked for Martha.
I think my big issue is that I just don't see a 12-year-old in this universe dodging guns, dodging bullets. Right? I just don't see it. Because Batman himself couldn't dodge bullets, and he's year 2. He was taking him head on, but he had armor. But I don't see a boy wearing spandex at this point in this universe dodging heavy gunfire, especially because this universe makes it a point to include it, to show the gritty, realistic aspect of Gotham
yeah.
and how
Batman
violent
gets
it
shot
can
at.
be. Many times in the movie,
Yeah.
potentially hundreds.
Granted, he's all armored up, and it's not
But
really
the
a worry.
boy does
but
not have armor. He
Yeah.
never has, and
Who would make that?
he would not
Alfred ain't
survive.
making that shit.
He's not.
Why would he
Putting
condone
a kid in
that?
danger.
Yeah.
To be honest, what he can is that he gets his back broken. He needs help. He has this kid. I'm still all fucked up. Let me teach you what I know.
It's kind of
And
like,
it's not like the age gap is huge. Make it 5-6 years.
Okay, so he's not.
so he's a
He's
teenager.
not child Robert. He's like 19.
So how old would this guy be? He'd be 26, 27?
Year 2 Batman is like 24.
24.
Yeah, 24.
Yeah.
So
Like
when
you're
19 or 18,
Yeah,
one is
18,
like
19.
you have the strength that puberty will allow you.
Yeah.
You've probably gained some muscle.
Yeah.
Some sort of
Yeah,
sense.
and you're
Straight
street
out of
smart.
college.
Yeah.
Or high school, whatever.
High
it is.
school, street smart. You have
Now that would work. Because he's at least an adolescent. He has the athleticism
Yeah.
to dodge dangerous situations. I would say around the age of those twin bounces.
Yeah.
that would probably work for a Robin aged character.
Yeah. It would definitely
We'd have to see.
work. We'd have to wait and see.
Yeah.
Thing is, are you comfortable with violence being inflicted on said kid? Getting beat up by
It would
grown
have
ass
to be,
men?
otherwise the universe would be inconsistent.
Yeah.
Because Batman had lots of violence with the Hell.
'Cause thing is-
even Alfred had violence with the
Thing is,
No one is
people were uncomfortable watching The Killing Joke. This is a grown man taking a crowbar to his kid.
That's the problem.
That's the thing with this one. Like,
Yeah, for sure.
but Batman gets beat up.
But also,
So-
I don't think there's a huge
Yeah.
issue with like a 19 to 20-year-old getting beat
Yeah.
up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's a man. If he can drink, he can take a beating.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's hey there, Matt Reeves. If you're listening, man, we just scratched up a Batman sequel for you. Please forward all payments to our PayPal at. Oh, we're fucking kidding. We don't got no fucking PayPal. Oh
Go to
shit.
the dark continent of Africa.
Yeah, just at the least, at the very least, several years from now, when you've written the last movie, you have like a teeny tiny credit saying Robin created by S&W EXP or something. Just give us like the Bill Finger treatment, for like BVS and shit. That's all we need.
It's a little residual on the side.
Yeah. A little residual on the side.
Yeah.
I want to be able to like pause the movie and be like, there, you see that? That was me.
I make $1,000 off of that.
Damn, dude. At the same, like, at least 1,000. At least.
At least 1,000.
I don't want to be like the guy who came up with Venom and was like, I sold it for $100. Like,
Exactly.
dude.
It's a good middle ground.
You don't want to be sitting there watching Spider-Man 3 being like, I came up with that, right? Yeah. Oh, shit, dude.
Let's go.
So Batman's in good hands. Reeves is doing his thing. DC is not going near it. I'm
In
glad.
Gunn we trust.
Did Reeves? Yeah, and Reeves.
Definitely.
Why didn't they call him?
No,
That's a good question.
hasn't-
Why didn't they call him?
He hasn't
I know,
franchised.
I know he's not a franchise guy, but come on.
no, but here's the thing. Somebody directing a movie and somebody orchestrating like a fucking maestro all the moving parts of a universe.
That's the thing.
Yeah.
And that's why I was just like, Gunn? Seriously?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Ain't even mad.
Honor to call
So I don't think Reeves is there to do that kind of job.
I think with Zack Snyder, it was a case of he's just done. Because he was done after Justice League, man. Like, he was the executive producer for like Wonder Woman 84, but after that, he was out.
They also offered Phillips.
Yeah.
But he said no.
Shit.
Because
Todd Phillips. Damn.
he's even worse than, in terms of like wanting franchises to be done. Like, he's even worse.
Do you, and besides, would we want the director of the Hangover trilogy to be manhandling the DC universe?
I feel not to judge on previous merits, given the Russos were TV directors.
And yet we judge Gunn on that merit, like saying like, hey, he
But the
made
thing
super
is,
movies too.
I feel like with Gunn, he didn't have enough to warrant running an entire universe.
He's done 3 movies.
Directing is one thing. But helming an entire slate
Yeah,
is load.
You're moving parts with
it is daunting, man.
Because even with Zack at some point, he became an associate producer for all these films.
Yeah,
Wonder Woman, Aquaman, he was a producer just to make sure that everything is still lining up with what he had told.
yeah,
So he has that experience of working in the background, pulling certain things into order,
but he wasn't the
even though
front
he's
man.
not the director. Yeah.
Yeah,
It's like telling somebody who draws a piece of art, all right, you're going to create an entire scene, and it's
Yeah.
going to be multiple artists.
yeah,
You can't, you need someone who's, Kevin Feige is really fucking good at managing things.
Decades of experience.
Yeah, decades of experience. He's been an assistant director for
Since Blade 2.
yeah.
Exactly. So he's built up the chops in that way. And he really loves comics. You have to really
Yeah.
fucking
Yeah.
live and
Him
read
and
the
Jeff
comics.
Johns are nerds.
Yeah.
Best friends and nerds.
Yeah, you have to live in. Jeff Johns should have been the perfect man, but
Yeah,
unfortunately,
he didn't ask him.
man got me too.
Didn't even bother.
You know who else could have been a perfect man? Bruce Timm. Just saying. DCAU,
Tim's.
it's there.
Look.
Okay, the DCAU is a different.
It's a
different game.
Yeah.
It's a different game you're playing. It's
You
like
could definitely consult, but
Yeah.
not, be the guy in the chair.
because the plots within old movies are quite well written, but it's the fact that you're working with a much smaller budget. It's like
There's a high concept,
yeah,
which is expensive.
to translate that into actual putting people in suits, then CGI,
Exactly.
it's a whole different ballgame.
Introducing Apocalypse, Darkseid, Orion, Mr. Gold. It's too much.
Yeah. People apparently really want to see Bruce to go. Remember?
Dynamic on TV, as shown in the DCA,
Yes, that would put I'd like.
and that love triangle between her and Carter.
Yeah.
Interesting.
It's already cast both man. So
Yep.
Yeah. We're never going to see that guy again.
yeah, fuck that.
He's in the.
Because he's a good actor.
He's really good, man. Aldous Hodge.
As Dr. Fate, fucking perfect.
Dude.
It's like, it seems like the stars were aligned because it took him to age to this exact moment to play a perfect iteration of the character. Perfect.
Yeah.
Right down to the demeanor, just the attitude, the
When he was
poise.
in and out of the suit.
Yeah.
Man.
Very good.
I love that.
Yeah.
But I don't like it.
I love that he had an actual suit.
Yeah.
I love that shit. They didn't just CGI on him. I love that when he took the helmet off, there was an actual suit. There were scenes with him just chilling. That was good. In the old days, they just CGI'd that shit. Yeah.
Just because you have, just doesn't mean you can. And
Yeah.
they did.
Noah Centinels, Adam Smasher. No.
Looks like it.
Looks like him though, man. Like, I didn't.
Oh, yeah.
Nah, I ain't. I ain't him, dog. It's cool. Like, it's so good, man. I mean, it does look like him.
Noah Centineo as Adam Smasher.
What'd you think?
He's almost run. He's the Netflix poster child.
He's goofier than Ant-Man. I don't like that.
And clumsy.
Yeah,
Like,
he's very clumsy.
dude, it is with Ant-Man. He's
If
clumsy.
Ant-Man has
There's-
a ability to punch a Leviathan, why can't you have that ability to like run?
Yeah.
Like, where is your balance?
Why is he knocking down statues and bumping into buildings and shit? Like,
the fact that he's like a third generation, like,
shouldn't you be good at this then?
watch videos of your granddad. You're like, come on, my guy.
Yeah, like,
Get with the program.
why are you stumbling all over the place?
He is playing a more serious role in one of the Netflix shows.
Yeah, the spy show, yeah.
People say that he's taking Mark Ruffalo's niche in Hollywood.
I mean, it just kind of look like it.
Yeah,
He does,
he does.
So I do hope he matures as an actor because he's just played the same 17-year-old boy.
He's Zac Efron 2.0.
Would you want him as Wolverine?
Young Wolverine.
Look at him, head shaved. Picture it.
Nah.
Picture it.
I do
Shaven
think
head.
young Wolverine, yeah. We're talking like World War One Wolverine. Fuck yeah. I actually would like to see those
huge Jackman.
That montage at the beginning of X-Men Origins, you wish you saw that movie instead of the movie that followed.
That was a good, that was a good little sequence.
Yeah. Like, where's that movie? I want to see that. I came here to see X-Men Origins. That is part of the origin, isn't it? Shit.
Maybe that wasn't made by or filmed by Brett the Rat Ratner.
Yeah. Yeah, maybe it was a Fox mandate. Like, hey, we
Yeah.
need to see what happens
Could
in
have
the
been,
future.
could have been Kim Berg. It could have been.
Yeah. Something the writer came up with. Yeah. But the fact
Even
that
Singer, because
Dude.
Singer was attached, so he had to
Yeah.
make returns.
the fucking choice of like the reasoning behind why is Deadpool have his mouth sewn shut? Oh, because I thought it'd be funny. I thought it would be funny. Like,
It's too on the nose. We get it. He's rude. He's bombastic. He's braggadocious.
plus we knew him for like 5 minutes.
That's the whole point of it.
Dude.
Why sew his mouth shut? That's the whole point. He's the merc with the mouse. Why remove the mouse?
Jesus, they set it up so badly too. Like Stryker's literally walking past Wade, and he's like, "You'd be the perfect soldier if you didn't have that mouth of yours." Like, just the fuck. It's so on the nose. It's a fucking zit, man. Jesus.
It's like whoever was responsible for that movie fucked up so hard.
Yeah.
It's like the name of the movie being mentioned in the movie.
Yeah. That.
Okay, to go back into the future.
Back to the future. Okay, that makes sense in the context of what they're saying. And sometimes it makes sense, like, for example, in The Punisher, at the very end when he's like, "Call me the Punisher," it makes sense. He's owning up to his identity. You know, Frank Castle is gone, that's his thing now. But everywhere else,
What would you do if you hear Paul Rudd say, "We're about to head into Quantumania"?
the fuck out of here.
I'd fucking laugh. And then walk up to him.
Dude,
Because this movie's fucking doomed.
this movie is too goofy. Like, just Quantumania, man. Come on.
I do think that's an interesting way to put Ant-Man into, well, to segue him against trying out all fucking characters. Because he's quite like a introspective character. Yeah.
Yeah, so
Quiet,
is different than
methodical.
Yeah.
I do like that. And then Ant-Man's this goofy motherfucker. Yeah.
One thing I'm not a fan though,
Yeah.
because of Emma Thurman.
Oh, the daughter.
Yeah, Cassie.
Really? They were casted.
Yeah, the recast, yeah.
Well, you didn't notice that.
And she found out on Twitter as well. She
Yeah.
found out on Twitter.
What the fuck?
Yeah, man, that's the mouse for you.
That's
That's the mouse.
And Sony and Xbox, I mean Microsoft, like that's been going around lately. You remember with I told you TC Carson had no idea he wasn't coming back to play Kratos until he saw the fucking trailer for God of War 4.
Yeah, that was a bit of a dick move. But to be honest, I understand why they did it. They had access.
I get recasting the character. It was a good recast, but let the man know, like, hey, bro, like,
To be honest, it was so long. It was so fucking long. That, I don't know.
yeah,
It feels kind of dick. Hey, we're making a fourth God of War. Oh, that's cool. But I said, I'm sorry, we're recasting somebody else.
I mean, they also drafted Andrew Garfield the same way. He found out 3 years out and said,
he's not coming back.
TSAM 3.
That's been cancelled. Yeah. Speaking of movies that no one saw, Batgirl still not coming out. Even though James Gunn is like in there with Peter Safran, they haven't announced like
the
a
writers and directors schmoozed up to him.
yeah. Even though they're like, oh yeah, we're gonna go have talks to them. We
You're
haven't
not
had
getting
nothing.
You're not. Give it up.
Even though Ayer has smoothed up to James Gunn and them, nothing.
Nothing.
Jesus, bro.
I think that's why he's very salty. He's like, I'm not coming back. Y'all can ask me to Ben Affleck. He's
Yeah.
doing something with Gunn in the future.
Yeah, he said that he likes Ben Affleck's Batman. I do not agree with that, man. If you're gonna reboot everything, reboot everything. Keep nothing from the old thing. If you're gonna bring back Ben Affleck, bring him back as someone else.
And guess who was in Black Adam? James Gunn's wife. Reprising her role
From Peacemaker. So that's the problem. Is he gonna keep Black Adam's universe? Is he gonna keep Peacemaker? Because it's his thing.
That's what they said.
So
It is now a DCU entity.
yeah.
How's that?
Oh,
How's that?
that means he also keeps his Suicide Squad. Funny. That's fucking funny. I jettison everything except my shit.
Exactly. And that's why there's a hashtag Fire James Gunn.
Dude. Oh shit. What do you have in your pocket? Fucking spice and shit like that? What the?
It wasn't even me. It wasn't even fucking me.
Alright, man. We believe you. Shit. Not every Indian guy works at the spice shop. Just most of them. That was racist as fuck, but I acknowledge it.
Yeah, and you don't need sampan beans every morning. Okay, cool.
I really don't. Yeah, there we go.
One racist remark to another.
God damn. What was we going? Well, how do we end this off? Final thoughts on the DCU?
Fire everyone except Matt Reeves. He knows what he's doing.
And justice for Henry Cavill.
Yeah, justice for Henry Cavill, Ray Fisher. Yeah. Also, we're gonna keep. I definitely want to see Michael Bay's Lobo because that's gonna be interesting. That's definitely gonna be interesting.
And yes, even more.
Yeah, because they tapped him back in 2018, like, "Hey, Michael, you want to do Lobo?" And he was like, "Yeah." So
Why not?
I want to see that.
Yeah.
As always, this has been the S&W Experience. Those are not our babies in the background. So, yeah. Peace out.
Hey kid, don't ever let them get inside your head. They'll tell you what to do in life instead of everything you know that you could get. Don't let them guide your life towards regret. I'll fight for what I love with every breath. My past is filled with things I won't forget. I use them all to push me to my best. So treat the worst of times just like a test. If only I could go back in time, I'd tell myself that everything will end up alright. Just push yourself, test yourself, figure out what you like, and find your limits, don't be rigid, always work towards a prime. Surround yourself with open minds, people can change your life. A few friends with intent can help you feel alive. Find a passion, take some action, and with a little time, just be patient, make a statement, try to enjoy your life. Try to keep you while you're down. They wanna rise up while you drown. They wanna fill your head with doubt. They're silently scared that you'll figure it out. I'll make it look like I'm losing, won't bother hiding my bruises. And when they finally think you're wounded, then it's your chance to be ruthless.